things are not looking good. And I'm not saying that out of just a despair situation, but also for this volume as a whole. And I'm not saying it's a bad episode, on the contrary, this is actually a very good one. But it's more of the fact that the despair is winning! Are you telling me we're gonna have another despair volume? Please just end with hope already! Regardless, this volume has now kicked into high gear. And what can await us next is only chaos. And chaos brings grim. As I wonder if I really should review all this. This is me, the angry anime fan, the despair reviewer. And this is RWBY Season 7, Episode 5. It's called Sparks. Actually, an episode with a lot of different things. First of all, we see the teams training, as well as taking out Grim and protecting the launch item and many things more. And strangely, despite the Aesop saying they're not friends, they seem to be getting closer to the Team RWBY. Specifically Marrow, even complimenting on Bumblebee's ship, which I still don't like that ship, by the way. And also the fact that John is giving me coffee and all this stuff. Also, John apparently have become very popular with the ladies when he's walking kids across the streets. From a guy who was a Casanova wannabe, that is actually kind of a big thing. But things takes a little bit more of a dramatic turn, though, later on. Oh yeah, and by the way, we are actually introduced to Team Funky. You know, the same team that Wise and Jan fought. Neon, the very cocky monkey fauna, as well as Flint. As we all know, she has a new voice actress because that voice actress actually retired from that business. But Flint one seems to actually be the same. Regardless, however, she is still the same taunting little monkey fauna. Thora hits her. I'm actually surprised they're still in Atlas Academy. I thought for sure they would join Robin's armada. Speaking of Robin, this episode finally introduces her, and it's not how I wanted it to be. Damn it, as if we already didn't need another wild card here. It's clear that unlike Jock, Robin knows what is good and what is bad. It's her declaration in this episode that really begs the question on what is going to happen next. She stops Armada saying and demanding from Clover. Apparently she and Clover know each other. And she demands to know what this dust is going to when the launch site, because they know they have been seeing the Amity Coliseum, but they don't know what it is. This means that Ironwood did say he didn't tell everyone what the community tire was going to be about, but the fact that that is completely secret is not going good. Granted, the reason why that is completely secret is because he doesn't want Salem's forces to find out any clue at all on what is next. But the fact that even though they managed, we also see that she seems to have some sort of power of persuasion, as she says, as this very note that she pulls out of hand. So yeah, she's a wild card. She clearly has Mantle's best interest in mind, but her words of saying she wants to find out what the Enemy Coliseum is for with any means necessary is really not a good situation of it all. And also, this episode ends on a little bit more bad note, though, as we are seeing more of Wise and Winter. And here I'm actually beginning to question. Well, I've always questioned her. I'm questioning Winter's character here, and I'm not saying if she's badly written or anything. I'm questioning her motives in all of this, because Wise is surprisingly it's not that surprisingly, but she is the kindest Schnee ever. Yes, even kinder than Winter. Winter clearly has loyalty to Ironwood, even though she does say that she is not immune to what Ironwood is doing, but also believes that Ironwood is trusting her completely. But what Wise saying that we should open up our borders, we shouldn't keep ourselves sealed in here. And she says, we will, once this storm blows over. My dear, this storm will never blow over! Don't you realize just how dangerous this exposing this secret is? It is nothing, it has nothing to do with the storm blowing over. Everything will collapse when that happens. They are naive, immensely naive. And for me, that is kind of annoying. Granted, however, things takes a little bit more of another turn, though, in order to assure Wise that Ironwood is trusting her with things, so to speak. Oh, sorry. Sorry. This is sorry. My mind's got a little distracted. Winter takes Wise to a place where we're actually seeing the Winter Maiden, a truly old woman who is going to die any day now. And the reason why Winter is only saying that because Ironwood is trying to groom Winter into the new Winter Maiden. Therefore, if Winter is the only one who's charming this current old Winter Maiden, then maybe she will be in the thoughts, and therefore Winter will get it here. It's a destiny talk, and we all know that destiny is not a thing. But the episode ends on a bad note as we see what kind of devilish plan that scumbag Jacques have. Remember, last episode, the two most scumbags of all said that they were going to team up in a very certain manner. And how are they gonna team up? Well, it turns out they're actually teaming up with doing this. Jacques is basically skipping all the politeness. Well, he never had one to begin with, but basically putting everything into a lockdown by saying, I am closing off every single job. If you don't think anyone else can stop Ironwood, then by all means go without your jobs. He's basically laying off everybody and saying, vote for me and I'll give them back and stop Ironwood. Creating a riot that will draw in Grimm and will become the spark that will set Mantle and Atlas on fire. Not good. Not good at all. Despair is winning! Why does despair always have to win? It is so painful to watch. I need to see some hope. But this also means that this volume will actually move forward a little bit. But once again, we also see that Ironwood's situations is not to be completely trusted to me. The reason for that is because here Penny reveals that she hasn't had any other friends since the time, because Ironwood is saying that is unnecessary. It is almost like Ironwood is calling her more a weapon than a person. She may be an android, but Ironwood, you are losing it. You say you want trust, but you are not trusting enough people. You are tightening everything. And now these riots are getting worse. The real criminal to this here is Jacques. Of course, that is not what Mantle gonna see. After all, Ironwood's actions are costing it all. Yes, all this public communications. Ironwood has screwed up big time, even though Jacques is the scumbag in this scenario. So what happens next? I have no idea. But give me your thoughts if you have any.